Dear students, today we are going to learn problems of learning. It's a very important topic, not only for the academic students but also for the competitive students. I have written here 10 factors which are responsible for the students to enable to learn English language well. And here, see this. Our own mindset, it is the responsible for us not to unable to learn the language. If we feel learning a language is difficult, if we go on with that kind of mindset, the learning of English will become a problem to us. That is why we are unable to learn the English in a better way. Come to the next one, that is the comparing English, the mother tongue. We generally compare the English language with our mother tongue. Whenever we see or whenever we read or listen something, our mind tries to know the real translation of that into our mother tongue. That is the main issue, and we always depend upon the translation, English translation to Telugu. That is why we may not concentrate on the target language. It is also one of the problems that is responsible for us not able to learn English well. And the avoiding of mother tongue. Completely avoiding of mother tongue is also responsible for this one. When we are learning, when we learn, when we prohibit or avoid our mother tongue, it is also very difficult to us to learn the target language, that is English language. For judicious purpose, we must utilize the mother tongue. When we are unable to know some abstract things, it is better to utilize the mother tongue of that particular person. But when we do not use that mother tongue for our learning, understanding purpose, the learning of English will become a problem to us. And then come to the syntax. Syntax means structure of a sentence. We see the structure of a sentence in English. It is the subject plus verb plus object. It is the structure of a sentence in English language, but it may differ from the other languages. So that it also creates a problem to us to understand well the foreign language. And here we find some irregular verbs. We may not find, it is limited to the English language only, and we may not find like this situation in any other language. So that it is also one of the problems to us to learn English language. Come to the next one, that is the phonology. Phonology, a term, it gives us the meaning, the pronunciation of words. And here in English language, we may not find 1:1 pronunciation, but most of the Indian languages go like that. Phonology means the pronunciation of a word, how to pronounce a word. In here, in the language, in English language, there is no phonetic. English language is a non-phonetic language. English language is a non-phonetic language. Phonetic language. Non-phonetic. It means what we write, we may not pronounce that. For example, It is a word I have written here. It is the spelling of this is like this, but I pronounce this as a psychology, and here I do not pronounce the word P. It means whatever we write, we may not pronounce that, and what we pronounce, but we may not write that. It is called the phonology. And here in this, it is also called the silent letters. Silent letters. It means we write some letters in a word, but we cannot or we don't pronounce that in the pronunciation. It is called the silent letters. This peculiar aspect is found in English language only, and it should be kept in mind when we are listening or when we are learning a foreign language, that is English. Come to the next one, that is the stress. It is very new to the Indian students. Very new to the Indian students. It depends, this word stress depends upon the three issues. They are spelling, grammatical structure, and arbitrariness. A word is pronounced on the basis of these words. And Indian languages are syllable timed rhythm, whereas English is stress timed rhythm. And also we utilize the time, or we use the time to read a sentence on the basis of the stressed syllables in a word. Stressed syllables of a word, not the total syllables that are found in a sentence. It is about the stress. And come to the overcrowded classes. Overcrowded classes are large classes is also one of the obstacles to learn English language. And here there is no possibility to us to take individual care and give feedback. For this, remedial teaching plays a dominant role. To maintain overcrowded classes, we need more aids and more trainings also, but it is not possible in our country. And defective teaching methods. Methods of teaching plays a very, very important role in the teaching learning process. But here, for the ages, we have been utilizing the grammar translation method. In grammar translation method, the knowledge of language can't be transformed from the textbook to the people or teacher from the people, and it is translated into the mother tongue of the students only. There is no learning of language or acquiring of language takes place. And the faulty examination system. Here now we are conducting examinations not for the in order to know the total capacity, learning capacity of the children, not, and just we are conducting the examinations to give pass certificates to the students, not for monitoring their innate abilities, intellectual qualities, and then the lack of exposure in the society. And for mother tongue, from the home or the house onwards, everywhere there is possibility to share their ideas and experience on the road or in the market, at the market, wherever a person goes there, and he gets interact with the other persons in the language, and they can develop, the children also they develop. But in case of English language, there will be no such kind of facilities, there will be no such kind of platforms to learn English well. And these are the 10 problems that encounter us when we are going to learn English language. That is why the children of English language are unable to learn the English properly well. Thanking you.